We're starting real soon. I just struggled a little bit with my phone camera. It didn't want to work, but now it does, because I'm the boss and what I says goes. Now the only downside to that is that I can't use my phone as a stream. There we go. I'm opening a couple of pages to make sure that I have quick access if we have some bots on chat. Well, the bots that aren't supposed to be there, I mean. Alright. I think the ideal would be if I had another arm that I could put my webcam on so I can switch it from one desk to another. Oh well, one thing at a time. And the first thing we're going to do is post the rules, of course. And of course, first things first, Happy New Year, everybody! The first real stream of the year because I didn't do any last week because we were all drunk and tired. Well, okay, I wasn't drunk, but trust me when I said I was tired. Here's to another year of art and fun and traumatic experience that I try to release as comedic moments on my webcomic. How the hell did I get toast crumbs in my on my phone charger? I'm gonna need to try and clean that out. I need to make more slime. Cleaning slime, I should say. Alright, gonna have a little sip of my tea because, of course, can't have a stream without a tea. Toss a coin to your Witcher. I need more silicone tea bags. I hope you guys can hear the music well. Yeah, I should move these around before I knock them all over. Thanks to your support, I went ahead and bought a couple things on AliExpress. One of them being what I believe to be a good portfolio. We'll only know once it gets here in about 3 millennia. So, where's my notes? I'm hoping that that portfolio is like the minimum strength necessary to put my big art in, because my two ones are ripped. Can't do fuck all with that. Can't change the pages individually, and if I want one that does that, it costs my firstborn. So, we are going to do the colors of the month challenge today, and I've noticed lately that some people are struggling with the idea, even if I've been doing this for over a year now. People have been suggesting actual colors. That's not how this works. I use the colors provided by Universe of Markers, markeruniverse.com. This stream is not sponsored by Marker Universe. And then the idea is I don't tell you guys what colors I'm going to be using. So Like that we get a lot of fun, but people have been suggesting colors, so I'm thinking of making a permanent highlight post on my Instagram to clear that up for you guys. But speaking of the colors, let's get started for realsies. This month's colors are light blue, BHC7E5, light coral, EDA29C, and light gray green, 769 Fab. I'm not kidding, that's the real hex code. So I did my best with what I had, especially with the light gray green, because I don't really have that much neutral colors, because I don't know if you can tell from my display, I'm not that strong on neutral colors. So, for the light blue, I picked in my Copics B21 Baby Blue. It should not be dry. R11 Pale Cherry Pink. And the dullest green I had, blue green I had, BG32 Aquamint. This is going to be so fun. And in the chameleon liners, I picked a BL4 Cornflower Blue. I still say they should put the actual name on the pen. Would make my life easier. What are you doing way up there, you? There we go. PK2 Dusty Rose. I have yet to use these pens the way they're intended. And the BG1 Lagoon. Because the idea with chameleon liners is that they have an ink cartridge inside the cover, and you're supposed to take another color, clip it in for 2-3 seconds, pull it out, and then you get a gradient. I've done that once while I was testing them, and that's it, because other than that, I'm pretty happy using them as liners themselves, because they dry fast and they don't melt with Copic markers. Copic, I don't care anymore at this point. Plus, not happy with that, on this side of the screen, I have my new work iPad that actually works with a decent battery that I can actually do art on. Well, while I think about it, I'm just gonna check something real quick. Oh yeah, it's not so bad. No, I'm not drawing the dog. It's because I have a privacy screen on it. I wanted to see if it was hard to film or stuff like that. But like the privacy screen has this wonderful texture to it when I draw. It's like, wonderful. Where's my pencil? There we go. Is it properly shivved? I think it needs to be shivved a little more. Let's get started. We're going to try really hard for 5 prompts today. Usually it's 4. I want to try for 5 if I don't have the energy for 5. Then we'll settle for 4. It's okay. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a very good mood. That's a good thing, really. I've noticed my art has improved tremendously lately. Oh yeah, I'm daring. I'm turning my cards upside down. Now the fun thing about this particular prompt is that somebody suggested one of the characters. And then somebody else suggested that same character fighting the character that I'm sketching right now. So, une pierre deux coups, as they say. Oh, there's somebody. Davis Dewsbury. Why don't I ever see this on Facebook anymore? Because Facebook live stream is an absolute piece of shit. It never works. It breaks down. It never stays connected. And down the road, it keeps sending me copyright warnings over music that I have a license to. And it mutes the archives. That's why you don't see them on Facebook anymore. I had written a status about it, but it was so long ago, I'm not surprised you forgot. If anything, I stopped live streaming on Facebook so I would avoid getting permabanned. Because when trying to appeal, seeing as I do have a license to use the music I use in my stream, and they ignore those appeals, I can't even say ignore those appeals because there is no way to appeal. So yeah, that's why. So if you want to see my streams now, you have to either go on YouTube or Twitch. I've been wondering this for weeks now. Yes. Try months. There was just no point. Plus, considering I'm basically using baby colors for these, this is going to be very fun and entertaining. Oh, by the way, who are you? You are Gao, I believe. And the green screen is also fucking up on Gao's hair. I need to fix that later. But today, Davis is Gao from Final Fantasy VI. Figured as much. Looks better on YouTube anyways. Yes, plus people watching me on YouTube get to be that one of the little avatars walking down at the bottom of the screen. And thanks for letting me know I need to fix Gao's sprite. I'm not the one who made these sprites. The only sprite I made was Kefka. And I have to go back periodically to find out that some sprites have transparency instead of white. It's rather annoying, really. course, I'm sure the people that asked me for this one character expected the Cumberbatch version, but here's the thing. I do whatever the fuck I want. Plus, for people possibly watching me on Twitch, I set the Twitch to mature content, not just because I swear a lot, but I am fucking done with babysit. If you're not mature enough to handle my stream, if you're not mature enough to handle being in internet public, you have no business being on my stream. And that's the thing, there's less lag also on YouTube and Twitch than on Facebook. So what I basically did when I stopped streaming on Facebook is take a lot of stress out of my life. Just plug this stream on feed. Much appreciated, Davis. I'm gonna be drawing for an hour or two, most likely 2. So it'd be nice to have people to come and chat here, keep me awake. What I'm gonna do is probably try and make some sort of background so I can do the webbing in white, and it actually shows. Because of course my vacation is over, as proof that the fact that I'm here today, and I need to work really hard to do a little bit of money. That should be the other way around. Eraser 2, Electric Boogaloo. Where's my feather? I don't know where my feather is. Good thing I have backup tools. Can't wait to see people complain, why'd you put them in such colors? Because I literally had people get mad because my avatars are rainbow. And I'm like, why do you not have joy in your life? I think it's a good question. Because it's not like you can catch the gaze. If you have the gaze, it's because you were born with the gaze. Not happy with that. My avatars are rainbow because I like rainbows. What a shock. So if you feel threatened by the whole area of color, I don't know what to tell you. Speaking of fun things, just yesterday I uploaded all my palatable comics for sale on my Ko-fi shop. I need to make room. I need money. I need RAM for my Mac. So I can bring you guys more art. Because that is a priority. Get to do more art for you guys. Hopefully, eventually, get enough money. To get a bootleg cookie book made, maybe? That would be nice. But for that I need the room. And capital. You need capital to do everything. no, we're past Christmas. We are not doing this. Oh, Ashbon is here. Hello, Ashbon. How you doing? Happy New Year, Ashbon. Considering how pale the colors are this time, I think it would be actually better if I inked this in black and then did the colors, because I think it's going to be too pale. I'm allowed to use black. That's how the challenge goes. And the important thing, of course, is for you guys to have fun. And to be able to see what I'm drawing. Gotta read that. I'm doing pretty good. Bought my first Pride flag, Progress Pride flag, and put it in my locker on Thursday. How are you? I'm doing great. In a great mood. About to have a sip of tea. My one joy in life, other than streaming for you guys. Oh yeah. You look inordinately juicy, you, today. I don't think you're going to give me trouble. Well, you should be fine. I'm talking to my Zig pen. Harlow says this is a very nice picture. Thank you, Harlow! Hopefully it stays that way. Or if I was really crazy... Hang on, you guys. This is going to take a little prep. And before I do anything, I'm going to make sure my jar is closed. We all remember last time. I see my Linktree link just showed up. Sorry. For those of you on Twitch, I am planning to make some custom emotes as soon as I figure it out. Well, more like figure out how to implement them in Twitch, because I know how to make emotes. I mean, come on. That's the spoon, so that's the maru. I've recently developed a love for this scratchy little bastard here. Lets me do really teeny tiny lines, and I love it. It was very scratchy at the beginning, but once I figured out how to work with it, I turned out to really enjoy it. The ink still smells like mud. Alright, let's hope I can ink this without ruining it, but with the way my art has been going recently, I don't think I'll ruin it. It's just gonna take a while because it's a very detail intensive card. And you just gotta be careful the type of pressure you apply on a Meru nib, because it's very stiff and very scratchy. Oh, I think I know who just showed up. Joel! Tiniest of lines. Hi, Joel! I recognize your Moogle. Yeah, this time I'm doing the line art in black on this card. So that it contrasts better with the colors that I got, because they are very pale, very pastel. And for the artists wondering where I got my Meru pen, there you go. Got it straight off the Deleter Manga Shop store. And keep in mind, it has to be the Deleter Manga Shop, not Deleter USA. Deleter Manga Shop. Because if you go on Deleter USA, you got less stuff for double the price. I'm not kidding. You want to go to Manga Shop. Eventually I'll know how to place my Adam's apples. I'm a Moogle, you gotta love me. I'm a Moogle, gotta love me. Same goes for the ink I'm using. The ink I'm using is Deleter Black 1, which is supposedly the easiest ink that to work with. They got 6 types and I've only tried Black 1 so far. This year I would really like to organize my studio. Because I am very tired of the clutter. Wanted to start with getting an organizer for all my 12 by 12 papers. And sadly my uncle did not have the time to build the piece of furniture that I asked him. And I'm really starting to need it, to put it politely. Joel, ooh. Yeah, Deleter's got good stuff. But like I said, you want to shop on the manga shop because the USA version doubles the price. And it's not a thing of shipping, because even if the manga shop is in Japan and the USA version is in the US, they just double the price. Because the shipping from the US is going to be even slightly more expensive than the one from Japan, so what the fuck? Like, while there are some parts where they really need to update the website, like, it's not that super important, seeing as they do keep the stock itself in check. What I mean by that is that I do believe they have an XP Pen tablet in the shop, but it's like the very first model from the 90s. And I think after Clip Studio came out, they gave up on CG Illust and Comic Works. So that's not even on the site anymore. I have to constantly pull when drawing with the rats. When drawing with this, or else I'm going to hate myself. It's already scratching enough. Imagine if I was pushing on the nib. Don't worry, we'll get back to the fun stuff soon. I just need to ink this. Oh, that is a cool Doctor Strange. Thank you! It's based off the Ditko version. Because as we all know, I love Ditko. And the people requesting Doctor Strange on the my Instagram stories probably expect me to be drawing the Cumberbatch version. But, these are free requests, so I will do whatever the fuck I want, first of all. If you want Cumberbatch, you better have Cumberbatch money, is what I'm saying. I am doing these out of the goodness of my heart. Don't ruin it for yourselves. Oh, okay, I get it. Time to rinse my nib. I just saw a big hair on it. Speaking of rinsing, I really need to change my rag. It's got so much stains from so many art supplies it can probably incriminate me on 3 different criminal cases that I've never been to or interacted with, so... There we go. Because that's the thing, you gotta rinse the nib once in a while, especially the maroon nib. Because all that scratching picks up paper fibers. Because here's the fun fact, the thwip is not necessarily just a Spider-Man thing. The thwip is a Ditko thing, because he would give the thwip also to Doctor Strange when he does his magic. Different angle, but it's still the frickin' thwip. Who doesn't like Ditko? He's the best. Yeah, a lot of people love Kirby, but I don't know, I prefer Ditko's lines. Like, Kirby has a very blocky style, Ditko has a more flowy style. Of course, there's always going to be that one person like, well, you think Kirby sucks? No. Having a preference does not mean that you absolutely hate the other choice. That is way too minimalistic of a thinking. And honestly, I have a problem with this type of minimalistic thinking because it gets me in trouble. Like, one time, my old first grade teacher saw me at work and we started talking, and she mentioned that she had retired. And I said, oh, I understand, you must have been tired. Now, I'm pretty sure what I meant by that was, you worked for a long time, and now you need a rest. That's not what she heard, apparently, because then she got super mad and said, how can you say that? I love kids of it, and I'm like, you feel guilty, bitch? You should, but still, you feel guilty, bitch? Thou doth protest too much all of a sudden. But it is part of what I mean when I say I'm not for that type of minimalistic thinking. Because immediately she thought I meant that she hated kids. And I was like, what a reach! I do like when Kirby draw vehicles, so eye-catching, and who can forget the good old Kirby Crackle? Friggin' Kirby Crackle is a mainstay, if you ask me. I have a whole collection of Kirby Crackles on Clip Studio. You gotta have the Kirby Crackle, or else it's not a comic, if you ask me. Plus, there's a rumor, and honestly, I hope it's true, where there was this, how to put it politely, racist fellow who threatened to beat up Kirby, and because they're smart, he called up Marvel Studio to tell them that he was coming upstairs to beat up Kirby. And first thing Kirby did was get up, roll up his sleeves, and go downstairs to meet the guy. And honestly, if that's not goals, I don't know what is. Those who know me know I've been bullied a lot during my childhood, and honestly, in my adulthood, I will not stand for that. And now I need to put Kirby Crackles in my comics so there'll be comics for sharing. Well, it'd be interesting to see you work with them at least. I like to see when you experiment with new stuff. Because for those who don't know, Joel is a fellow artist. I have sounds coming out of my throat. It's weird. I so know that I'm going to get so busy next week. I have a series of commissions I want to get done. I have some comic pages to do. I want to get caught back up so I can reopen commissions. I was thinking of maybe doing some merch with my Snob Water thing. Alright. Just gonna rinse that and add a bit of colored liner. At the very least to Doctor Strange's magic thingy going on. And then we'll switch to the next card. Do love how you draw Spidey's costume web lines. Definitely makes you take cues from you. Okay, here's your first cue. Have reference on hand. Even if you know the character, you want to have reference on hand at all times. And if anybody gives you gruff about having reference, they don't know what they're talking about, and they should shut the fuck up. Oh yeah, now you go into a point. Now maybe I should... There we go, this one. And yeah, you should take cues from me. Definitely. I am not just entertaining and talented, I am also educational. Alright, gonna get the goop, and we're going to switch to the other... Get back down here, you. Gonna switch to the other card. Ooh, this feels like it's going to be longer than 2 hours, even if I just do 4. Open. Alright, next. T'es bien fermé, toi? We do not want another incident. You're starting to get a little short. There we go. Pencil extender. Mom got me a nice metal one recently. And she got me 2, in fact. And of course they're pink. Because haha, pink. I got this wooden one out, so might as well. Oops. Clicked a little too far. Okay, this one is going to be nice and cute and fun. Gonna give my hand a break after that big discombobulatingly difficult one. Make sure I'm still in the shot. I always will listen to what you say, buddy. You're an awesome teacher. I'm still surprised every time someone tells me I'm a good teacher, because I'm kind of a dick. But apparently people like when I'm being kind of a dick, so let's keep on trucking. Give the people what they want. If what they want is a French-Canadian female presenting asshole, then that's what they'll get. You know, just for fun, I'm gonna give her more spots. So basically, you're Snape from Harry Potter. Well, if that's what people like. Except for the part where I'm not being written by a TERF, but anyway. Super redo. Have another sip, and then we'll erase the extra pencil and ink. Yum yum yum. I love this tea. It's good tea. Live stream started a little later than usual. I was having problems with my webcam. Well, not really my webcam as much as my phone. It didn't feel like getting recognized by the Mac. For some reason, my Mac is always considered a new device. I've had it for a year now. Sorry. It's annoying. For those wondering why I'm doing our live or line art like this, I'm trying. If I do it with the dusty pink, it would completely vanish. So we're trying to add some contrast here without necessarily relying on the black every time. Well, I'm gonna let her dry. Oops, almost forgot. Doink, doink. Ah, yes, of course. Hang on, guys, I just saw that the avatar thing crashed. It's actually quite easy to see when it crashes because the entire window vanishes. I wish it'd stop doing that, but I should go into Discord later and tell them. Well, you should be sufficiently dry. This ink dries fairly quickly. Hope you guys like your pastel colors because there's going to be a lot of it. Ah, there it is. Also from the leader. I just find that it's really good to brush off those eraser shavings without being too rough like my other brush. This being the other brush. I usually keep this one for bigger art, like 9 by 12, 11 by 17 stuff. But I use the more delicate makeup brush and feather brush for small stuff like this. Okay, I believe we have someone possibly Russian on YouTube. I cannot read that name and I have no idea what they just said. So I'm just gonna go on YouTube real quick. When it's not one thing, it's another. And quite appropriately, Stream Avatar decided to assign this person, Umaro, who doesn't quite speak English either, so... Where's the chat? So, yeah, Russian possibly, dude. I have no idea what you just said. So, good luck there, fella. Also, I know I said last time that I streamed that I figured out how to use my phone as a Stream Deck thing with the Streamlabs app. Problem is, I can't use it right now because it's my camera. So we're kind of boned. But don't worry, it's not so bad. I'm not exactly struggling with the controls today. Since we're manual, doing traditional art. In extremely pale colors. Like, I'm gonna try real hard to layer them to give them some sort of dimension, but no real promises. of course, as usual, all the colors of the month sketch cards will go straight into the shop as when I'm done. And the ones from previous years will also go into the shop as soon as I'm done inventorying them. Well, from previous years, from previous months, I should say, because I know there's some missing. It's just that I have quite a literal shit ton of sketch cards that I need to properly inventory, photograph, and put up. As I'm working my way out of my Etsy shop, because right now, every time I put fan art there, it gets taken down. Speaking of, I have a Dragon Ball character coming up. This is definitely not going on my Etsy, because Toei is being a little bitch. So I'm probably going to be super vague on their listing too. And my color wheel got in the way. I know I forgot to re-add the spider logo. I'm hoping to remember to do it at the end. Just don't want to do it right now because it's going to interfere with the markers. But you can clearly see here why, when buying alcohol markers, you want to start with a paler color first, because like, it adds up at $6 or more a pen, yeah, a marker. But they layer, and because they layer, if you get the paler color first, you can do some basic shading just by putting the same color on over and over. Of course, you gotta be careful, because if you put too much, then it starts blooming, or it mixes up with your ink. So at this point, it's really just a thing of practice. And then, of course, the application color depends of your light source, the shape underneath the color, etc., etc., and so on and so forth. Did a little pause here to remember what date we actually are. Just gonna put that there while I take another sip of tea. Very awesome colors. Had nothing to do with it, but thank you. Put it back up there to dry again, and then we'll get to Birdo. Which is probably going to be a little easier to work on. Of course, you have to work at a certain speed when you work with alcohol markers, and preferably you want to color in a circular motion as best you can instead of the Crayola back and forth, so that the color will go down more evenly. Coloring in a circle seems to even out the speed at which you color. While doing the Crayola back and forth will press the ink at each end of your back and forth instead of evenly across the line. And that's when you get streaks. Now here I gotta be careful because while chameleons don't melt with Copics, they will melt with each other, which is actually by design. It's on purpose. They're meant to do that. I'm leaving the texture in. It's gonna make it visually more appealing. See what happens when I color circular? Because the way this works, at least that's the way I see it, when you color circular with the alcohol marker, then the ink will bloom, and that's what fills in the blanks and even out the color. Of course, when doing the shading, always do your best to follow the shape of your character. I feel I'm doing pretty good for someone who can't really see depth. Oh, how appropriate! See, the kind of music that's playing right now? That's what gets me kicked off of Facebook Live. One more sip, then we'll move on to the third card. At this point, might as well take a small break, finish whatever's left of my now very cold tea, and move on to the third card. I'm getting a lot of feedback on my, because I bought a Munbin label printer, thermal printer, and I've been helping other customers out of the goodness of my heart, really. And I keep getting questions. I'll answer them later. But let's put her back up there and move on to the third card. I think we're going to stop after the third card, but I'm gonna try to do more cards later. Just not live because it's taking a while and I got other things to do. I wish I could stay longer, but that's the thing, I can't exactly marathon stream because I have a busy schedule, and constantly talking like this is terrible on my voice. But let's try at least for a third card, and we'll see from there. I was speaking of trouble earlier. This is going to be one of those trouble cards. Not necessarily because I'm going to struggle with drawing this character. I'm going to struggle with selling this character because Toei is a piece of shit. That's the thing. Not only that, if I stream for too long, then my services get mad. Like one time when I did the marathon, because of my actual bots, my advertising bots, Twitter banned me for a couple of days from streaming because it was effectively spamming. It was every 10 minutes. But they immediately unbanned me when I figured out why they had banned me, and I explained it to them, and they took the ban off right away. Needed eraser time, needed eraser time. Not easy inking something in blue when you use blue at the bottom. And it's still here, by the way, just quietly watching. Hope my Moogle self is still there. It shows up when you talk. I programmed it this way to encourage you guys to talk for when I trail off. If you sit, you count as lurking, and normally the little tent stays there. And go a little rocky wall texture going on. Gonna let that dry a little bit while you guys watch me doing absolutely nothing. Ah, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah. So while we literally wait for the paint to dry, how you guys doing? If you're there, say hey, yo. Shouldn't take too long. Like I said earlier, chameleon liners dry up fairly quick. Yeah, it was a request from He Who Shall Not Be Named. Just taking care of some notifications, then we should be good to finish her. All right. Should be good. Of course, I'd wait longer if it was my black ink, but chameleon liners is pretty forgiving as far as drawing goes. We're already almost 3 o'clock, so I might as well stick to 3 cards for today. I'm still in the shot. I'm still in the shot. It's important to be in the shot. If I'm not in the shot, what's the friggin' point of watching my stream if I'm not in the shot? Speaking of being in the shot or not, I gotta skip this. We're not cribbing anymore. What I'm probably gonna do, because it's a very rich color, just... I don't know. You know what? Let's get her all greened up. She's supposed to be green anyway. Remember to use circular motions. And don't be afraid to go back where you went. But like I said, you have to go at a certain speed if you want the color to be even as much as possible. See what a little depth can do? Fascinating stuff. And layer to add some shadow because she's against the wall. Never be afraid to layer. That's what's fun. Well, at least that's what I think is fun when you get limited color. You have to be more experimental with the way you apply it. Just to highlight just a wee little bit, I'm going to put some white on her sweat drops. As soon as I find my white, I should have pulled it out earlier. Are you my white? I don't think you're my white. You're my big white. I want my small white. So close and yet so far. Are you my white? You're not my white. You're my ivory. There's a difference. That's my beige. That's my small white. There we go. Gotta do the shaky, 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 because it's important to do the shaky, shaky, shaky. There we go. And now we got a Chilai from Dragon Ball Super? I don't know which Dragon Ball they're at yet. So there you have it for today. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so we can take a look. We got Chilai. We got Birdo. And we got Spider-Man versus Doctor Strange. Not gonna lie, that first one kind of drained me out completely. But at least give me white, not eggshell white. Look, my white and my ivory are very slightly different, okay? But we are going to call it a day. So, of course, extra special thanks to my patrons on Patreon. Amber B, Jeff B, Paul K, Miss Enovis. Your continued support is immensely appreciated. Because more support equals more art, because I'm less worried about being kicked out of my house. Hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I know I had a lot of fun drawing it. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for the usual Bootleg Cookie live stream. I love you all.